Hello, my name is Cristina Galvez and I will present my instructional design final project. This design of a syllabus. In this case, the course will be English for meaning and form inside the text structure. The agenda is 1. Introduction and objective, 2. Methodology, 3. Results, 4. Description of the syllabus, and 5. Final comments. This project seeks to develop an English for academic purposes syllabus for the School of Literature at the UCB. As we know in any English program, but as it might be evident with greater emphasis in any English for specific purposes program, it is necessary to establish the contents to be taught according to the educational needs and circumstances. When developing a syllabus in words of Noonan, the central question of concern to the syllabus designer is for what purpose or purposes is the learner learning the language. The intention was to design a course taking into account both the professional profile and the school and faculty demands for the students of letras, plus the needs analysis results. We think there is an urgent need to design an adequate study plan for these students according to their needs, preferences, and professional profile. Among the reviewed literature, we have Noonan. He talks about a learner-centered approaches and focuses on the importance of these approaches, where, in his words, the learner is involved as far as possible and feasible in the planning, implementation, and evaluation of curriculum. Then, Jordan considers needs analysis the point of departure not only in terms of the syllabus, but also the materials and pedagogical methodology in a course. He also presents the notional, functional, or communicative approach that of course has been addressed by several authors before, and this approach focuses on both the form or structure and the construction of meaning. Then Hutchinson and Waters also submit that ESP as an approach and EAP as one of its branches is always concerned with learners' needs and syllabus design. And finally, Richards stresses the intrinsic link between ESP and needs analysis as well and presents a guide for designing a needs analysis instrument with a series of considerations towards the questions to be included. The objective of our study is to explore the needs of current students of English from the School of Letras, and according to that results, determine the contents, types of activities, and class dynamics for the design of a syllabus. The course design will be that of the fourth level, of the 4 levels of English in the school, and we decided to focus on this level since students at this point have a higher proficiency, which makes it possible to include almost exclusively EAP content, which is not possible in the prior courses, where we will have to include a general English content as well. Methodology. A questionnaire directed to students was designed for data collection. In total, 14 students answered the questionnaire, 8 from English 1 and 6 from English 3. The questionnaire sought to collect qualitative quantitative information, focusing on several points to determine the needs and to a certain extent the preferences of students in order to gather information for the elaboration of the syllabus. The sections of the instrument were these: 1. Current course and facilities that students have for studying online. Then previous knowledge and current skills. Then needed skills, content that is necessary to include, preferences, that is form of work, activities and evaluation, and finally we had an open question for final observations. Results. First, we have the proportion of students of each course that answered the questionnaire. Then, about the availability of tools and facilities to study online, students generally count with those facilities, although with some connection issues. About previous studies and knowledge of the language, to the question, have you studied English before? Almost 93% of the respondents answered yes, and of these, 84.6% indicated that they studied English in high school. This was followed by the options in primary school, on my own, and in a private English institution. About current skills, for each skill, questions were posed to determine if students know how to do basic tasks that the CEFR considers inherent to A1 level. Por ejemplo, puedes comprender de manera general textos simples en inglés, in the case of reading, and puedes comprender expresiones de uso frecuente en el idioma al escucharlas, in the case of listening. To which students had to answer with a Likert scale, from 1, totally disagree, to 5, totally agree. We can notice how most students answer with a 3 for almost all skills. That is an intermediate point in the scale, which evidences that they do not consider to manage this basic ability. What is curious is that writing was the skill that obtained most totally agree answers. About needed skills, students consider all skills to be necessary. There are some contradictions here. For example, answers show that the reading skill is the one that fewer students think is absolutely necessary to develop. Perhaps because it's the one they manage better. And also writing is the one that they need to develop the most. Also the one they answered previously, that they manage better. Despite these issues that we are not sure how to interpret, so far we can obtain two important pieces of information for our syllabus. First, that students do not have an acceptable level in any of the skills for coursing a regular EAP program, and second, that they need a program that considers all of the skills. About the contents, students generally consider necessary to include all of the proposed contents, especially vocabulary and the study of types of text, followed by grammar and pronunciation and speaking contents. About preferences, students think that the use of English should be moderate in classes, that is, lessons should be taught using both English and Spanish. Also, they prefer individual activities or activities with the whole class rather than working in groups or pairs. About the types of activities and materials, they prefer a variety of them. And regarding evaluation, they think that those focused on text comprehension and text analysis are the most appropriate, followed by continuous assessment with exercises in class and written exams to evaluate grammar. Brief description of the syllabus. The title of our course is English for Meaning and Form inside the Text Structure. It has a duration of 16 weeks with 16 units that include synchronous and asynchronous lessons. There will be an emphasis on text analysis and text comprehension with a recognition of the features and classifications of the text. We will consider how the meaning is constructed, ordered, and delivered as a communication act. We also will include, to a lesser extent, grammar, specific vocabulary lessons, and even pronunciation activities and contents. The approach is functional, notional, or communicative, and the materials include presentations to be used in synchronous classes by Zoom, exercise guide for grammar content, a class that is opened in Google Classroom, and then we have a wide list of portals with different text for the students to explore, and videos, a list of YouTube videos about text classifications and so on. The objectives of the course will be: 1. Acquire tools for the analysis and comprehension of texts of various kinds. They will learn scanning and skimming techniques, improve their reading comprehension, differentiate types of text according to discourse and literary genre, recognize the register and structure of academic texts, and acquire tools for summarizing text in English. The second objective is to expand their vocabulary in relation to cultural topics and topics of academic interest, then to recognize grammatical structures at a medium advanced level, to improve pronunciation and listening skills in general, and to acquire basic writing-reading knowledge necessary for academic and professional performance. Final comments. This course should be polished in details and adapted as necessary, and some materials are yet to be developed. Also, the practical implementation and post-evaluation phases remain to be completed. The course is intended to be taught online, but it could be adapted in the case of returning to regular activities. Students' needs and also preferences must be taken into account in negotiation with other instances, that is, their professional profile and faculty career guidance. We consider important that students participate in their own learning processes and to be consulted about related decisions. Participation in this project or in projects like this empower learners and makes them feel involved, which can often result in greater commitment and motivation. Thank you very much. These are my references, and if you are interested in exploring the syllabus, you can ask the link to me or enter in the Google Classroom link. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.